There from Bugeyeguy. This is a very special Bugeye, and I thought it was worthy of a tour because I want to show you how one guy decided that this was the perfect Bugeye. And many people have this thought: what do we do to make this wonderful car even more wonderful? And this particular fellow had had a bunch of these cars, and this was his version. And I really applaud him because he got a number of things just so right and so wonderful. It's not for everyone. It's not, if you want an original car, this one isn't for you. But if you want one that's been kind of resto-modded into something that is even more user-friendly, I really applaud a number of these improvements. And one of the things that he did in particular is this is a it's a Geo Metro master cylinder with a booster. And the brakes are exceptional on this car. They're the best. It's like 911 level braking. It really excellent. Easy, nice pedal action and a lot of braking power. But this was a massive improvement. It required a modification of the pedal box here. Remember, you usually have a single master for brake and clutch, and this is split into two masters and a little larger pedal box, so that's how he addressed that. He also has a Datsun 1300 engine, which is a unique upgrade. He's built custom mounts. It didn't disrupt the engine bay too much, but it's not stock. They normally would mount here, but he's got them a little further aft to support the engine, and it doesn't rattle. It fits really well. The battery he was able to retain the battery, but that way he also could use the Datsun 5-speed transmission, which is a popular upgrade and gives the car a highway capability overdrive. Really nice to have those 5 speeds even off the highway because you can drop the RPMs, make things a little more mellow. And then he's got a large, it may also be a Metro radiator, but it's a larger radiator with a big electric fan on the front, and then a Weber carburetor here, which also has an electric choke on it. So a very interesting, less conventional setup, but it works really nicely on this 1300 engine. And by the way, the power with this engine is much like a 1275. That's a little hotter, but it's in its stock form, I'm guessing it's about 20% more powerful than a stock 1275 from driving a lot of these cars. That's what I would say. There's a spin-on oil filter there. There's a better view of the mount that he made off the frame rail for this Datsun engine. And it's not all that different than a 1275 engine. I mean, in some ways it's very different because it was made in the Datsun factory. But I'll bet you that it's an engine that has a much higher mileage lifespan than your average A-series engine. So I really applaud what he did because I think it's tidy and neat and not all that radically different from a Bugeye that would be, modified with a 1275 by your normal kind of builder. But in this case, I think he kept within the envelope and really made a nice improvement. Other things are he's got this is actually a door latch. If you can see, he's made it modified to receive this cable that actuates this hood release. And there's a door striker pin you may recognize, and he's used it as a hood latch. And that works nicely too. This is a fiberglass nose and a flip forward one at that, which is yet another really popular modification. We found a lot of people really prefer the better access of a flip forward hood. And with a lighter hood, you're also enjoying an easier operation. These steel noses are getting heavier and heavier as backs and bodies age. Inside this car, we have a custom bunch of switches and dials that he put in. He made his own custom array of gauges, but I think most notable is this heater. That's the electric fan for the engine up front. But this is the heater for the blower. You can open the vent for your passenger, and it's fantastic. I used this the other night, and it was kind of cold, and I closed these two doors, the door on the other side pointing at my legs. It was really actually very effective. He's also got the horn mounted here, and there's lights and LED lights. I'll show you that. This one is the high beam indicator. This is the 5-speed transmission. These are adjustable seats. The seat backs move. He's got a side curtain bag here. There's also a top bag and a nice tonneau. So there's a lot of good stuff already built in, as well as these retractable 3-point belts that we added, and the wind wings here, so those are nice features. He's got no beading on the top of this. That was all removed, and I think that also just adds to the kind of the sleek look of these cars is enhanced. If you're unfamiliar, the originals had a steel strip that ran across here, and those often can corrode. They're harder to prepare for repainting. So by taking them off, you get a nice smooth look. He's done something very unique with these tail lights. They've been cut into the body in this way. This is sort of like a hot rodder style tail light. I really like it. It's LED, significantly brighter, very Bugeye, but also a little bit trick. And then those are also the brighter park lights, which are nice to have. He's also got the turn signal switch here, which is a nice feature. Actually, I've found that my left hand, here's the indicator for the blinkers, but with my hand here, I'm able to catch the turn signal much more easily in this way. And I think that's a nice modification. So all in all, this is just a very interesting vehicle. I wanted to show you one more thing. You can see the pictures better on our site, but this is a larger Chevy Vega drum and a posi traction rear end from a Chevy Vega, which is just a really interesting thing. He made it, customized it so that it fits, and you end up with a limited slip differential and a larger rear brake and 2 handbrake cables and wheel cylinders that are less apt to fail. Now these are chronic problems, and that's one reason why he did this in this car. He wanted to come up with something that would be more reliable, and I think he's really done that. And that's why I was so admiring this workmanship. You know, you're not thinking to yourself, gee, I'm going to put a Vega rear end in my Bugeye, but he found a way to put something that would fit and give him all those benefits. And to this day, I've known about this car for 10 or 15 years. I don't think we've changed the wheel cylinders once. Well, on a Bugeye with the stock Bugeye rear brake assembly, the wheel cylinders are a chronic problem. So that's a really nice feature of this custom build. Anyway, that's what we've got here. I'm going to take you for a drive in the next section of this video.